Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a 4222 tactic to review today. This is going to be from Reddit. I'm going to be leaving a link down below in the description as well as the bio for you guys to go ahead and check out. Guys, the 4222 formation is a very effective formation to use in the game post patch, because with people being able to run on a consistent basis like crazy because of controlled and explosive players being significantly better, the way that this tactic is set up kind of makes a lot of sense for the way that it plays out in game in general. Now obviously for every single position on the pitch, you want to try to have proper attacking AI in every single area as much as possible. So we're going to have this team, which is a cheaper squad. This is a first owner Renato Sanchez, and then this is also an untradeable Foden. This is the RTG account. You guys know this account. I barely play on it, but whenever I do, it's like Futchamps qualifications, you know, all that kind of stuff. We have highlights from this team, and then we're also going to have highlights from the Patrick Vieira review. I'm going to mention to you guys right now the types of players you're going to want afterwards. But generally speaking, make sure that you have a really good medium high work rated card that defends really well for you. That new Patrick Vieira card is 100% worth getting. People heard me doing the comparison to Palinha. It's not a comparison to Palinha for individual quality, because you're not going to compare a French icon who has more pace and dribbling in that way. I'm comparing medium high to medium high. People always do that every single time I make that comparison. It's just a cheaper alternative to a more expensive, but obviously it's not more expensive because you're grinding towards getting the card, alternative to have in your team. So make sure that you have a good medium high. If you guys are looking into getting that Patrick Vieira, watch the review. He's a very good card, definitely worth picking up as well. Palinha, good option as well. There's not a whole lot of really good medium high work rated cards. There are a few pretty good medium high work rated cards. So in my opinion, I think it makes definitely a big difference for how the team performs in general. But generally speaking, by the way, is this Renato Sanchez card? I was using it on this account recently for the highlights. He is a monster. He is a monster. Oh my goodness, I wish they had better gameplay game modes in this game. He's so good. Anyways, 4-2-2 formation, guys. Is set up like this, right? So we have balanced for the defense. We have 45 for width, 72 for depth. The reason why that is set up in game is because it is auto offside trap, right? So auto offside trap will apply pressure to the opponents for you to be able to get the ball back if you lose possession of the ball. They just do it themselves, right? You have to be very mindful of that, because in this game, it is ideal to sometimes use the offside trap to put pressure against the opponents. But because this is an auto offside trap tactic, you have to be very careful of it, because if your center backs are not like completely meta, you're not going to want to use that offside trap that often. If you guys actually check out the two center backs that I have in the team, for defensive quality and physical presence, they're good cards to have. But for the pace part, when it comes to the offside trap, these guys will not catch up, okay? Like in the game nowadays, guys, you want to try to have full meta defenders as much as possible, ever since the beginning of the year, to be fair, but more so after the patch. Definitely going to be very important. Offense is on build up play balance, direct passing, 55 for width, and then 6 for players in the box. There's a few adjustments that we made. Corners and free kicks, they have it set to 3 and 3. I hate counterattacks, so I don't want to concede them as much as possible, so I don't do that. Now, there is another change in this formation that I'm going to mention as well, okay? So the goalkeeper for me, I always put comes for crosses, sweeper, keeper. It's always helpful to work with, right? The fullbacks are going to be on stay back while attacking overlap for both of them, okay? The more attacking oriented CDM is going to be cut pass lane, cover center. Cut pass lane has been significantly better ever since the patch. Before, I never really used it, and I feel like cut pass lane has definitely made a really good difference in the game nowadays. The more defensive oriented midfielder, which is why I tell you guys to get a good medium high like the Patrick Vieira, Palinha card. Hopefully at some point in the future, maybe like a Tonali if he ends up being good too. Cut pass lane, stay back while attacking, cover center, definitely going to be very important there. Your lamb and your ram, just like the 4-2-3-1 formation, is get into the box for the cross. For me, I think this is a really well balanced tactic to have for this team in particular, because these two cams or attacking midfielders, they have high defensive work rates, which I always tell you guys, in my personal opinion, I love high work rates in the side positions. I think it makes an absolutely massive deal, but obviously you can use different types of work rates in those positions and still do really well with it. Now, the difference is up top, right? So I think he has the right striker on comeback and defense, and then the left striker is not on comeback and defense. You can see that both of them are on stay central, getting behind, which obviously is going to be really important because of how the meta kind of plays out in general. So yes, I have Bernardo Silva up top. No, he's not the most ideal player. You do need an actual striker there, whether that's a Correa, whether that's a Ronaldo, Holland. Any of these types of cards are going to be better choices to work with than someone like Bernardo Silva. I'm just using him as of right now because of the types of players that I have in the team, right? Like, I wouldn't put Diogo Jota there because Bernardo Silva in the side position, I have a left-footed player already, so I need a right-footed player on the right side because, in my opinion, it makes a huge difference. And then when it comes to the strikers, stay central, getting behind in general, come back in defense. The reason why I have the left striker on comeback in defense is because of the CDM on the left side over committing on the attack. I felt like this was a way better balance for me to do, so I can switch between the two, and it works out really well here because of the high work rates. But on the other account, I was using the player of the month Lionel Messi there in that position instead. For me, the reason why I like the comeback in defense is because what happens is that it essentially acts like a cam for you, right? So if you were to use you know, anybody there, like I was using Lionel Messi and Bernardo Silva's card, they act like that cam, whereas Ronaldo's the guy that's going to consistently make those runs. Now, Rare Gold Ronaldo is a little bit behind the curve a tiny bit nowadays, of course, because of all the new cards that have been released, but obviously still a good option to work with if you know what you're doing, right? So it's definitely a very good tactic. I think it performs really well. What types of players do you want on your team? Try your best to put Courtois as your goalkeeper. Like, he seems to be one of the most consistent ones. Like, every time I use him on my review account, he's just really good. With the CDM, I always tell you guys, you want to try your best to get a medium high, but let's say, for instance, you have this Kessié OTW card. He has very good defensive presence, so you can actually use him there if you really want to. But for me, for consistency with a Patrick Vieira type of card, because Patrick Vieira has higher pace, higher dribbling stats than Palinha, which makes that difference in regards to how they perform it in game, right? So I would definitely recommend doing that for sure. When it comes to using him in the CDM position, like, just get a defensive oriented card. Like, honestly, if you have this William Carvalho card, you can use him as your defensive oriented card too, and he would actually be perfectly fine, because even though he's a medium, defends well. It's just that medium high just adds to the consistency, right? Left and right attacking mids, you can try to get any attacker, try to get high work rates as much as possible. Like I've told you guys many times this year, it's just really well balanced to be able to do that. And then for your strikers, you'll see in the other team, I was using Kylian Mbappe. Mbappe is glitch Mbappe for a reason. He's absolutely incredible. Mbappe is obviously one of the more ideal choices to have up top. You can do Robbie Keane, you could do the Govu card. A lot of options to work with up top if you want to use some different types of strikers. Even that Griezmann card, you know, that new Griezmann card, the World Cup card, the one that upgrades, right? If you were to use that card in the left striker position for this 4-2, it would be really good to work with, because it's kind of like that cam working like your striker, and his attacking AI is absolutely brilliant as well. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the introduction for the tactics. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the highlights of how the team performs in game. Peace out, my dudes. Love you guys.
Possession again. Well, it could be on for him here.
Good job, boys. The typical.
To the inside. Messi. And it's still on for him. And it's in.
We'll take that. We'll take that. Goal, boys. Get Messi on his left foot right there. Mark that area. Nice goal. Let's go, let's go. Good stuff, boys.
And back with Dembele. Mbappe. Can he finish this? Mbappe.
Beautiful, boys. Glitch Mbappe.
Using space on the opposite flank now. Neymar. Now with Mbappe. Can he do it?
Well done, boys. Well done. Get involved, my G's. Get involved.
On the offensive. Chance to put them in front.
Good job, boys.
Patient.
Nice first time.
Oh, what's he gone and done?
I still scored. I'll take it.
Virgil van Dijk. Neymar. Well, when you can keep the ball like this, it's got to be really annoying for the opposition. And Neymar. Dembele's in the centre. In it goes.
Good goal.
Nuno Mendes. The Lions look menacing. The referee's letting it go as they keep the ball. Neymar.
Good goal, Neymar.
There is the goal to open the...
Get the rage quit.
Shot at him. His movement is excellent, and in 1v1 situations, you always expect him to score.
Well, doesn't have to do it on his own. Neymar. To take the lead. And
Beauty of a goal.
let's see what happens next. Mbappe. Could be.
Nice goal. Dembele with the run. Good stuff.
Pass, really. Promising move this from Lions. Dembele. On to Neymar. Neymar.
Well done, boys.
A goal.
Always nice to have like the strong foot, the weak foot in certain positions. Like Neymar having that 5-star weak foot. Like I know I can take that drag touch. What a tackle. Nice.
Messi. And here's Dembele. And options in the centre. Kylian Mbappe.
The ISO plays. I never get excited about scoring those goals because I just don't consider them skill. You just have to do them because Park the Bus is so prevalent that you need to push your attackers against the defenders. That's just the meta in FIFA until they adjust it.
And let's give credit to the defending. Could play it in. And it might be.
Nice, boys.
Neymar. And Lions moving the ball forward with purpose. Mbappe. Can they forge ahead?
Beautiful goal.
And you've got to say they're good value for the lead.
I say beautiful goal, but that's to the standard of this game, you know, like the whole ISO play thing. Oh, ISO play with Patrick Vieira. AI, I love you.
A glorious chance.
Nice.
It was served.
These lob passes are absurd, bro. They're crazy.
Oh, they get the ball moving again. 3-1 the scoreline here. What's going to happen next?
Nice challenge.
Lionel Messi in the middle.
Beautiful. You guys see how he actually feels fast? Like his acceleration and sprint speed with his lengthy accelerate it's really good. So if you actually want to use this card in the center back position against this meta that we're facing nowadays, you actually could, and he would actually perform really well in it because of that, because of the fact that he actually moves well with his pace.
Low. Well, the attack carried an initial threat, but fizzled out. It's a good-looking ball in behind. Dembele still could be dangerous.
Deserved, let's be real. Let's be real, man.
Ronaldo. Opportunity to take the lead.
Nice.
Truly magnificent.
Well done, Phil Foden.
An early goal in the game.
Positions himself well. I need to change my kits on my RTG account.
Foden. Here's Bernardo Silva. Can he put it away?
Nicely done, boys. Good goal.
To make sure nothing untoward happened. And Bernardo Silva has it. And a chance to level it.
Let's go, boys. Good goal, good goal.
To square.
Work that near post angle.
Malacia. Palinha with it. Wilson Manafa. Renato Sanchez. This looks threatening.
Beautiful goal, boys.
It's gone in.
Beautiful, beautiful goal. I'm not sure if it registered my finesse shot there, but
Just the clearance that was called for. Foden. Real chance.
we'll take that.
Oh my goodness. He's caught.
Ah, we'll take that. Well done, boys.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Silva. Promising looking ball. In position.
Let's go, boys. Good stuff.
And that's an important intervention. Trying to really get at the opposition here. Jota. It's Bernardo Silva. Oh, it's mischievous.
We'll take it.
A finish of real
Chip shot. Nice.
And introducing the visitors lineup today. Presnel Kimpembe plays alongside Rafael Varane in
Oh, can he
central
finish it here,
defence.
Derek?
Nice job.
Not bad for a start.
Nice job, nice job.
Jota. Great opportunity.
Renato Sanchez.
Celebrations again.
You absolute beauty of a player. God, these upgrades have been oof.
Bernardo Silva. Can he put them in front?
Nice.
This is the emphatic
I was a little bit concerned. I wasn't really sure if he was gonna really hit the ball properly there. I mean, he didn't because it was a side-footed strike, but you always want him to hit the power strikes, right?
come up with a
But
response.
it goes in.
Visiting. Sanchez. Back with Silva. Can they take the lead here?
Let's go, Ronaldo.
To re-establish
Little body feint to open up the space. Nice.
Palinha. Bernardo Silva. Chance for Bernardo Silva.
Let's go, Bernardo.
Found the net. And that
I don't know if I have my time finishing on or off. I gotta check that afterwards.